Hello and welcome back to the Trainers of the World Tournament. I'm your host, DeltaTDS, and today we've got Pokemon Trainer Shielbert versus the Matron Argenta. Now, as a host, I'm not allowed to have any opinions on any of the trainers. I might say I like their design, like Alistair and Wally. But God, Shielbert is such a stupid name. Like, really? God, your parents must have loved you at birth, huh? Same with her brother Sordward, but I'll get into him in match 33. Anyway, Argenta's got kind of a different Pokemon than usual. We've got a Scyther instead of a Scizor. Now, this Scyther would be level 99, like Red's Pikachu. But because it is holding that Eviolite, it stays at level 95. And we're also seeing an Azelf, which we haven't seen in the tournament before. Same with Torterra. And most of Shielbert's team. God, it is such a stupid name. Now, I can't say that I want Shielbert to lose in round 1. But it would save me having to say his stupid name from now on. But once both trainers are ready to battle, we can begin match 21. God, it's such a stupid name. Argenta leading off with the Azelf as Shielbert leads off with Bronzong. Not a favorable matchup for Azelf, but it uses Trick to swap the Flame Orb and the Leftovers, burning Bronzong. Very interesting. Goes for that Zen Headbutt, healing not even 10%, but it does flinch, and combined with that burn, it's down to 85% health. Argenta switches in the Metagross as Bronzong sets up another Calm Mind. Oh boy, here we go again, huh? Metagross setting up the Light Screen as Bronzong sets up Stealth Rocks. Oh, that's right. Argenta has a Mega Metagross. I forgot to say that. Wait. And I guess Shielbert can just Dynamax whatever he feels like. I don't know. I hate him. Metagross going for the Meteor Mash, dealing over a quarter of Bronzong's health. And going for another one, which takes out Bronzong. Alright, I guess Shielbert can Dynamax his Ace or whatever. I think that's his gimmick. That's the executive decision I make today. Shielbert sends in that Ace right after I say that. Now, I don't believe we see him ever Dynamax in the games. But then again, he gets like barely any screen time, so oh. Surfetch just falls to Metagross's Zen Headbutt. But we don't see him Dynamax ever in the games, so since he's from Galar, he gets to use that. Same with Sordward, but I'm done saying that guy's name for now. Ugh. Where's Gunther at? Bastiodon is sent out. Very wall of a Pokemon. Still taking about 2/3 from that Meteor Mash. As Earthquake takes out that Mega Metagross, being the first KO on Argenta's team. Argenta sending out the Torterra, which doesn't take a lot from that Stealth Rock. Two very, very good Sinnoh Pokemon on the field right now. Only one of these trainers is from Sinnoh, as far as we know. There's probably a third brother named Gunther. There probably is. Bastiodon falling to Torterra's Earthquake as Shielbert sends out Phalanx. Phalanx? Argenta switching back out Azelf as Phalanx goes no retreat. So it is locked in with +1 in every stat. Azelf uses Zin Headbutt as Phalanx just uses Mega Horn and takes out that Azelf. Ooh. That is a very scary move. Argenta sending in the Dragonite, but because of that Stealth Rock, it no longer has that multi-scale to use. Very unfortunate for her. Phalanx goes for the close combat, as Dragonite goes for Aerial Ace and it takes out that Phalanx. That's such a weird name. Such a weird Pokemon too. Is Phalanx just the head? Or is Phalanx all of the body parts? If so, are they born all at once? Or do they just team up and just unite their brain cells? I don't know. Probopass is sent out, you know, a more simpler Pokemon than whatever Phalanx was. Argenta switching out to the Licky to take that Power Gem. Ugh. Shielbert. Switching out to the Klinklang to take that Body Slam, but does get paralyzed. Not sure if it was the best decision, but it uses Shift Gear and takes a Fire Punch, which heals it back up over half health, but I don't think that's going to save it. Klinklang uses Gear Grind, but does not take that Licky out, as it falls to another Fire Punch. Probopass sent out. This is the last line of defense. And Flash Cannon does take that Licky out. And Torterra is back out here once again. Probably gonna finish it off with maybe an Earthquake. Okay, yeah. I didn't know if this thing got Levitate. But Argenta takes game number 1. We didn't get to see that Scyther this game, though maybe we will next match, or next game, not next match. Unless she wins, you know, which I'm not opposed to. But like I said, I can't have any opinion, or I can't say, oh, I want this person to win, and just hand the battlers $20 behind stage. I can't do that, because that would be corruption, or whatever it's called. Anyway, our trainers are back on the field. Shielbert with the name as dumb as ever. But we've seen a bit from these Pokemon. We do know Azelf is running a Trick with a flame orb. We now know that her Metagross is Mega. Phalanx is using No Retreat. Kind of obvious, but... And I think that's everything notable that happened. And Klinkling has Shift Gear. Leading off with the Surfetch as Argenta leads off with that Scyther. Now this thing technically has more stats than, I think, Mega Scizor. I believe so. I cannot look up the stats right now, but I think it's close to around there. So it's like its own Mega Evolution, but bulkier. I am curious what this Scyther is running. I mean, it's flying type, so it could definitely take care of that Surfetch real easily. Shielbert switching out to Bronzong as Argenta uses Sword Dance. Doubling up that attack and plus Technician. Goes for the Assurance, almost KOing that Bronzong. And even with the critical hit on that Flash Cannon, does less than half damage on that side. That Eviolite really pulling through here. Goes for the Bug Bite and takes out that Bronzong. Scyther takes the first KO of this game. See, this is just proof that, you know, not every Pokemon has to be fully evolved to be useful. But I do still like Mega Scizor's design better, even if it's not as fast. But hey, Mega Scizor, Technician, Dual Wing Beat, oh yeah. Bastiodon is sent out against this Scyther, a very tanky Pokemon, as it goes for Stone Edge into that Torterra. Torterra, another great Pokemon. I think we've seen this exact standoff last game. Again, my mind is about as good as a goldfish. Except one thing I do remember is how stupid Shielbert's name is. And Sordward too. But we're just waiting for... Oh, Torterra goes for the Earthquake, which brings Bastiodon down to that sturdy. Has Bastiodon does the same thing, but much weaker. Earthquake is kind of a crazy move. Just a 100 base power, 100 accuracy move that a ton of Pokemon can just learn. Bronzong switches out to that Surfetch as it takes nearly half damage from that Earthquake. Probably a high roll, and that thing's gone. Argenta switching out to Azelf as it just falls to Max Water Bite from that Dynamax Surfetch. Dragonite's coming out here, this time with its multi-scale, as there's no Stealth Rock set up. Probably because there hasn't been a chance to really set them up yet. Sordfetch'd switching out into that Bastiodon it baits that Aerial Ace to use the Rocky Helmet to damage Dragonite, getting rid of that multi-scale. I'd say that was a pretty smart play, as Probopass is sent out here and setting up the Sandstorm. Now, only 2 of Shielbert's Pokemon can really benefit from this Sandstorm. Really 1. But 2 of them won't take damage from it, as 2 Pokemon from Argenta's team won't take damage from it. So whoever is able to take those 2 Pokemon out can maybe hinder the other's team a little with chip damage every turn. Whoops. Earthquake almost taking out that Probopass, bringing it down to its 30, as Flash Cannon does about the third. Torterra uses Rest, heals up, and Flash Cannon does a third yet again. Lynx comes out as Torterra uses Sleep Talk and pulls Wood Hammer. Now we're probably going to see the no retreat here from this Lynx. Oh, goes straight for the close combat, but does not take that Torterra out, as Torterra tried to use Sleep Talk and then Rest again. I thought Rest couldn't be called from Sleep Talk. But Torterra falls to that close combat, making it 4v4. Now there's 2 more turns of this Sandstorm left. So Argenta sends out Scyther. Pretty fast Pokemon, not held down by the steel of its evolution. And Aerial Ace takes out that Lynx. Lynx, I don't know. How stupid of his name is Shielbert. Probopass being sent out with a well, not much health anymore. I couldn't describe it, but it's dead, it's gone, it's out of here. Shielbert's got 2 Pokemon left. Switching into Klinklang, which we haven't seen all game. Now, we do know this thing has Shift Gear, which is a signature move of this Pokemon. Boosting its speed by 2 and its attack by 1. A very interesting move, as I don't think any other move does that. It is now times 3 speed and times 2 attack. Now, this thing is probably outspeeding everything. Maybe. I'm not good at math. It goes for another Shift Gear, as it survives on 2%, and using that Guava Berry heals it up to 35%. Now, you can't go for any more. I mean, your speed's maxed out, you got +3 in attack. I'd say just let it rip. Now, can this Klinklang take out 3 more Pokemon? Well, that Metagross is a little terrifying. I don't know if Klinklang's got anything for that. Oh, it's got Protect. And Metagross has Bullet Punch. Might be able to take it out. Might not. I don't know. Shielbert's kind of, I mean, he's putting all his faith in a few gears, so. Ooh, a critical hit. I do believe that crit might have mattered. It's all down to Surfetched. Goes for the first impression. And Metagross uses Zen Headbutt, takes out the Surfetched, and match number 21 goes to Argenta. Now, I'm not gonna be, popping off saying like, oh my god, thank god Shielbert, I don't have to say his stupid name anymore. But I mean, we can all agree it's pretty dumb. Argenta will be going on to round 2, where she will be facing off against the Hoenn Gym Leader, Brawly. And then tomorrow's match will be between the Trial Captain Kiawe versus the Pokemon Trainer Ryuki. Another Alolan regional match. But with match number 21 done, we are halfway through the round 1. So thank you so much for watching, and until the next match, take care.